Hey everybody, let's do this talk on lucidity and memory. I've spoken at length about the word memory, meaning mem ori, water and light. And I'm always talking about lucidity, awareness. It's interesting that lucid is to lose ID or to lose identification, the word, or luck, or Lucy, or Lucifer. There's a lot of really interesting connections there. And I have this query for people, and it has to do with the levels of, I don't know, intoxication isn't the right word because it's not necessarily that any of these things are toxic. It's about being high, drunk, sober, lucid, unaware, aware, what your habits are, eating, consuming of all levels. And this gets into fasting as well, and what I speak on that, and feasting. And it always goes through this process of getting to the point for people. What is it of value? What can we extract? What can we alchemize? What can we gain from this experience? What do we have? What is it that we own, that we, what's ours? What's yours? What do you get out of this whole experience? What memories do you have? And can you hold a memory? Does that even make any sense? Now, maybe this goes into a larger, much bigger concept of, once you become hyper-aware, can you access the infinite plane of your mind to, relive a situation if you'd like, to go into your dream world, to go into your mind, to go into that infinite place and, re-experience anything that you want. Maybe that's what it's all for. But for most people, where the place that everyone is at in the mental frame where people exist out of, meaning like right now, you can just look around. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at a couch, and very interestingly enough, I'm in someone's house that doesn't have a television, which is really cool. It's a strange thing because I'm looking here at a wall. It's an empty wall. It's what, 12 feet high? Maybe not 12, maybe it's a 10-foot high ceiling. 18 feet across. It's empty. It's got the plugs there. It's got the. I could plug in a TV and it's got the cable outlet there, but they don't have a TV. It's a really nice house. It's not that the people don't have money for it. They just choose not to have a television, right? So why do I bring this into the concept? Why do I bring this into the talk? Well, it has something to do with the black mirror, the white mirror, the memory, the creativity, and just having an idea for you, like what are you looking at right now? What does that matter? Okay, and then it's all past. As I was telling you that story, you were kind of caught up in, you were seeing that wall. It's gray. It's a very light gray, kind of creamy. It's a nice color. It's a nice place, right? So you go through all of these. You go through sleep. You go through consuming. You go through ingesting all sorts of fluids and foods, and you breathe in maybe some inhale some smoke. You inhale the poisoned air. Maybe you collect these experiences, but you can't really collect them. But where does it go? Where is it? Where does it sit? And through all of it, you get to be like, let's say you're 60 years old. What do you have? Walk out into the world with a pair of jeans and a white T-shirt on at 65 years old. What do you have? You have nothing. You can't have anything. You don't own anything. Once you walk out of your house, you don't own it anymore. Do you? Can you? How do you? So all of these ways of enlightening yourself or gaining wisdom or having experiences and finding this, I don't know what it is that, what are you looking for? What is anybody looking for? Like, everybody's like just in the lost and found, trying to find something that, hey, here's the concept. Here it is. You jump into the lost and found bin, and you're scraping around, and while you're in there looking for something, you forgot what it is that you lost. That is what the mind is. That is what most people's experiences are. So where did they go? Oh, I had this beautiful girlfriend a couple years ago. I had this great experience this one time on this. Took some mushrooms. Yeah. Where did it go? I had this. Do you remember that cake that we had? Oh, it was so delicious. It was so bad for us though. Oh man, the cake with all the sugar and the high fructose and the. Oh, but it was what a great experience, or what an experience. Oh, remember that terrible time and all of these things. How do we? What do we do with them? Where does it go? As I put the bottle down and look at the refrigerator and I go, oh, okay, I'm gonna be getting on this bike in a second and biking home to another place. And just like in your mind, like a physical activity or a mental activity, what does it matter? What are we getting out of it? Like, does it matter whether you're high or sober or drunk or very lucid? Because when you have a dream, those dreams that you can't quite remember? Well, that's your life. Go through and write out your story of your life. Do it in your mind. Just think about, what do you got? You got a few highlights of those awful days. That time that you got hit by a car. That time that you fell down the stairs. Or, oh, those were awful. Or that time that, what a bright light that was. Remember jumping out of that airplane? Or what a wonderful thing that was. And we have all of these delicious, wonderful, extravagant experiences. Does anybody remember the mundane experiences? Does anybody remember just the simple thing of walking over here and opening up the refrigerator and getting out, that chickens, and then making that turkey sandwich that you're going to make with mayonnaise and white bread? And what does it matter? Does anybody remember those experiences? Those seemingly mundane? Like, how often is your life mundane? How often is it that you just can't? You can't quite recall. I can't quite remember that moment. And what does it matter? Because even the moments you can recall, in what ways have those moments affected your life? Improved? Or influenced? What if everything you did was influencing? Like, what if the most mundane thing, like right now, here I am, I'm just gonna walk over here, but I'm really taking a step every time I walk. Like every time I hear, I'm thinking about where my toe is going right now. Like my little pinky toe right there, boom. Put it on the floor, see? Now, you could do that. I could be hyper aware of everything that I'm doing. Right now, I'm hyper aware of speaking to you. So I'm adjusting the tone and the value of my voice and the texture of it and how I'm trying to unveil things. But what does it really do? What has it done? Am I going to remember this? As I'm doing this right now, because I'm really focused. I'm in here right now. I'm talking to you, whoever you are, myself maybe, and the cache is the mind said, I'm another you. So be it. What am I affecting? I'm gonna wake up in 2 weeks. Am I gonna remember I did this? Am I gonna have as much of a rich experience? Am I gonna be able to just visualize this floor? I'm looking at the floor right now. I can see the grain in the floor. I can see the different colors. I'm really looking at it. I am. I'm all over this. I'm in it. It's like you got some oranges, some browns, some cream, some tan. It's got the woodwork, and I'm really looking at it. And I'm in there. I know what this floor looks like. I walk away. What am I going to wake up in 2 weeks and be able to reframe and visualize this again is in my data bank. You know, I mean, it's strange. You know, I have people you come across in your life, and can you visualize their face? Do you remember their name? Do you remember all of them? So what is the, you know, it kind of gets into what is the purpose? Yeah, purpose, it comes from the word pure position. Purpose, pure position. What is your position? How do you stand? How do you sit? Are you really in there? Do you have to remember it? Like, what is there, a test tomorrow on remembering what this is? You know, do we test ourselves on what can we remember? What can we recall? Because it seems like the more that you lack recall, the more you have new experiences. But then those new experiences go into infinitely nothing. It gets regurgitated back into like a fountain. I've talked about the idea and the wonder of a fountain before, because I always sit by a fountain and it's calming, it's relaxing. But it's the same, it's just a cycle of the same infinite, recursive nature of things. You know, a figure 8, infinite recursive reality. So, what is it that you need to get out of this? You know, what is it you require in life? And that's the thing about when I try to give people lessons. Sometimes I'm just talking to just, you know, open up your mind so you just have a more infinite curiosity. And other times I'm like, well, let's direct you towards something, because there is something obviously to be, you know, there is an essential good in the world. There is an essential, we know what quality is. You don't know it until you see it, but you see it and you're like, that's quality. That's quality workmanship. That's quality sound. That's you know, watch somebody learning to play an instrument. That sucks, but somebody that knows how to do it, I mean, there's an obvious difference. You can hear it, you can see it, you can smell it, you can taste it. So there's quality, but you can't really quantify it or qualify it. You don't know how to do it. So in this, I say, well, what is the quality experience that anybody likes, that they desire? What is it about life? How do you get there? Does it require you to be high or sober even? I'm so sober. I'm really focused now. I'm so sober. I've had the most sober moments in my life. I've had the most drunk moments in my life. I've had the most high moments in my life. What does it matter? Like, they all are just like an infinite stew of the same type of ridiculousness, insanity, and weirdness. I can't tell you. I don't know how to explain it. I've had the best and worst times when I've been drunk. I've had the best and worst times when I've been high. I've had the best and worst times when I've been sober. What does it matter? I could sit there in meditation. I could fast for 40 days. Well, who cares? Yeah, a lot of these things will give you something. They're all experiences unto themselves. So I don't know that I had much of a lesson here, but I think that everyone will get something out of this. Hopefully. We'll see. Talk soon, y'all.